Hi everyone, welcome to Quarantine Parenting. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being with me today. So if you're joining my channel for the first time, my name is Dr. Courtney Pegram, and I design these really basic videos to give insight, resources, or ideas as we're all in this together. I'm an educational consultant. I do a ton of coaching and training, so pick and choose whatever I have to say. If it's helpful, take it with you. If it's not, just drop it. So some of the stuff I do myself, some of the stuff I've learned about, some of the stuff people email me about. So I'm just creating this hub for us to have as much as we can to take what we need, because as we work remotely and homeschool, it can be extremely difficult. So today I wanted to continue on our conversation about motivation. Being at what now, 4 weeks and something, quarantine, can be difficult. And just like you, sometimes I am not motivated. It's really hard to get myself going in the morning, or even to get projects that seem going to take forever to even get them started. And that's not typically my character. I'm usually like task focused, productivity. First few weeks I was on it, but now it's getting more difficult. Things are settling in and it doesn't feel so good. So today I want to talk about how to reignite that motivation just by small little steps. And you'll have days that you'll feel like you're on fire and other days that you feel like crap. And the reason I want us to go through that is I want to think about what motivates you can also help motivate your children, your loved ones, and get you on a different path. Because it's okay to not be okay. And I think that we all need to take care of our mental health, our emotional wellness, and our physical bodies. And being not okay is fine, but staying in that not okay for a long period of time is not healthy either. So for me, I found since these past few weeks, I do have a slight cough, and it's basic allergies, I promise you. So the stuff that I've noticed in the past few weeks that I've been going through is tasks seem to take a lot longer. Managing it all, homeschool, cooking, cleaning, and then taking care of my basic needs and working has just been a ton. Plus a lot of the emotional stuff that we're going through, uncertainty, grief, pain, fear, that takes a toll on you. So if you're feeling less than motivated, there's some few things you can do that can be super helpful. So for me, what I try to do is identify when I'm feeling demotivated. So I find that in general, my lows are usually mid-afternoon. So it's in my transition time. So when I just finished homeschooling, I'm moving into work, and my husband comes home because he still works. It's difficult to I just gotta get the second part of my day going. And I can't get it. I just can't transition. I found that if I gave myself a break, did something different, something for myself, just for 30 minutes, change mindsets, change rooms, change something, it helps me kind of move into the work portion. So it could be calling a friend, it could be looking at Instagram, online shopping, you name it, but just something that you do for yourself that makes you feel good. So that can help me in the mid-afternoon. Taking a quick walk, it sounds, I say silly because I'm I'd rather go for a run or work out. Yeah, because I'm this avid athlete. But, sometimes I'm I just don't have time for a walk, but it does make a huge difference. It clears your mind, it resets you. Midday meditation, I'm a huge fan of. I don't practice as much, and I really want to get more into it, but I find that helpful. So, if you can meditate, take a walk, do something you enjoy for about 30 minutes mid-afternoon, it can help keep you going into the early evening hours, especially if you have to work a little later, or like me, you're transitioning or you're managing a lot of stuff. So that's what I do for my afternoon lows. Also, I've been drinking a little more coffee in the afternoon just to keep going. Green tea, something warm and comforting can be helpful too. I have done this and it does work. Those quick 20-minute naps can be really re-energizing, especially if you're in a bad mood and things aren't just working out. Reset, take a 20-minute nap. So being less difficult and like hard on ourselves is really important when we're going through quarantine. And I know we said in the beginning, and it's all about, you know, taking care of yourself. But sometimes those old habits just creep up. Like, you're not doing enough. You should be working more. You should be better at homeschool. You should be working out. You should be eating healthy. You should. So one thing to increase your motivations, should out the window, right? Never helpful. Never coulda, shoulda, woulda is never helpful, right? Replace that word with I would like to, or I want. And if you say, I want to be more productive and that feels good, own it. If you're like, that sounds horrible, then it's not meant to be. So the idea is finding easier ways to be okay with what's going on, and it's all about emotional management. So if you find yourself repeating should, could, would, and being really difficult on yourself, take it out the window and focus on words that make you feel better. We forget that words have weight and emotions have weight. And if we're constantly weighing ourselves down with our vocabulary and our emotional well-being, it's really hard to get motivated. So first off, figure out what are the things that you're saying to yourself that's demotivating yourself. Secondly, find small activities. You know, even journaling. So if you see behind me, I have my little meditation corner and journaling. Just journaling can really change your mindset. So do something for yourself if you have those moments of up and down. And then also try to figure out what you can do to quickly alleviate some of the, I'm just going to numb this pain and binge watch these TV and watch TV shows all night, or do any other the unhealthy habits we have. That's totally fine if you do it once in a while, but if that's your like go-to mode, then you're really losing focus on taking care of yourself, because we're all going to come out of this. But how do you want to come out of this? Do you want to take this as a learning opportunity and really resetting yourself, or do you want to come out of this like a hot mess? And so really think about what you want for yourself in these moments. So I think that's really important to talk about when it comes to motivation is, what are your intents for your day? What are some either mantras you want to say to yourself or some intentions you have for your day? And even just setting that, you follow it, you don't, okay? At least you're taking one step to get closer to creating some sort of supportive, motivated environment that makes you feel good about yourself. So another thing that's important is, I talked about organic schedules. It's scheduling your day where if everything feels a lot better and flows well. So for me, it's been weeks of tweaking and tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. And this week I got a loop thrown at me because now we have, which I'm very grateful, I'm not complaining, we have online options for classes for my daughter, so I'm not doing so much the one-on-one with her. But adjusting to that change takes a lot more time. So I've been giving myself more time on each task, so that if I finish earlier, I can really rely on my calendar for my next task and I'm not rushing. So it keeps me motivated to be like, yeah, I finished this on time and I have like 20 minutes to spare. I actually have 20 minutes to eat something, right? So think about how you can extend some of your tasks to have more time in your day so you're not rushing. Because when we get overwhelmed and we're constantly rushed, we feel really demotivated. Another idea that I'd recommend is really thinking about what drives you. So for me, like some of the small things that drive me, that get me excited, is a good conversation or a new idea or cooking, right? So make that list, because sometimes you don't even think about like, well, I don't even know what I want or how I'm going to motivate myself. So maybe that list can be on the fridge, and then once in a while you check it like, oh, I could check this off my list. It's a fun list. So I'm really good on lists and I'm really good on calendars, but it's like pushing myself to get from the calendar onto doing the task, or get from the list onto doing the task. That's my missing link. So I found that's where I get really demotivated. The solution to that is breaking it down to further. So if something is really not bring you joy or it's too much for you, break it down to simpler tasks. So reorganizing my house, even though it's on my, I love being organized, so I get really excited about it. That is way too big to be an individual task. It's going to take me a long time to reorganize my house. But what if I broke it down to, I'm going to set a timer for 25 minutes and I'm going to organize my We call it our resource room. It's where all my team building crap is. And I'm going to set a timer, 25 minutes, whatever I get done for today. So I did that, and what I found is I was like, oh, that feels good. It's looking better. It's nice. And it gave me a little spark of joy because organization gives me joy. And I was like, this is good. I can continue on tomorrow. Because if it feels good and you enjoyed yourself, you're more likely to come back to it. So that's why I keep talking about like how you feel in the moment. What are the emotions that are coming up? Because anything that feels negative, stressful, overwhelming, brings you anxiety, it's not going to motivate you. We often operate fear-based. It's like, I gotta get this done because this and this is gonna happen. And there's never positive outcomes to fear-based motivations. So addressing them now when we have time to kind of figure this out is super helpful. So in closing, I just wanna bring back to my main ideas. Find small things that keep you going throughout your day and motivate you. If it's talking to a friend, if it's giving yourself more breaks, if it's going for a walk, watching a YouTube video real quickly, social media, journaling, meditating, cooking. If it's like changing your clothes in the morning, that like gets me going. Make your bed. Do small, simple things. Set a timer, organize yourself just a little bit to feel like you have more sense of control. A sense of, I've accomplished something. Really, all this is about small steps. And day by day, having just small sparks of joy can really make a difference in your day. So I'm leaving you with this. I hope this was helpful. If you found me helpful or you like my videos, please smash the like button below and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.